Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Chainlink here, taking a look at this coin. It's actually performing much better than most other coins, retesting this high here at 0.382 of roughly 1430. It's done that a couple of times here so far. It does look like it wants to break to the upside, so we'll look at that and a few other confirming factors just to confirm it's worth taking a long and or short. I get the question often here with this coin. Also, question I get a lot too is, how the signals work. Well, simply put, read the signals guide if you're part of my community and you understand, or you're trying to understand what goes into them. Premium is my swing trades. We took Solana profit here yesterday at about 42%. Correction, that was yesterday. And then of course today here as well, Premium Plus, we've got, Solana shorts, of course, and ETH, XRP, and a few other trades as well. So again, I have a day trading bot, that's the Premium Plus, and I have my swing trades that I send out myself. That is essentially just the traditional premium package. Okay, so again, cryptocash.tech if you're curious about that. There's a few slots left available. Be sure to check that out in your own time. If you have questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Okay, so 4-hour time frame, we're going to look at that here in just a minute. Let's look at the liquidation data first for Chainlink and understand there's a heavy concentration of liquidation at 1475. So Chainlink is looking like it wants to break out here and hit that level. This level of accumulation spans further back too. It's like a full week's worth of liquidation. So there's a great chance that that level will get tested here. And again, when I get the question often like, how does liquidation play into the charts? Well, it doesn't. It really plays into the charts in the sense of the fact that it'll tell you areas of concentration where people will have the most focus. In other words, shorts feel comfortable having a short position or a liquidation level there at that level. In other words, that's just above a previous resistance, right? So that we can kind of reaffirm that being a resistance level, it's more likely to be retested because there's a lot of people right there hoping the price is going to go down when it'll probably go up to wipe out that level. And the reason why it goes up is because whales have a tendency of wanting to swipe out and just destroy any concentration of liquidation so they can move the charts wherever they see fit. Okay, so it's kind of a manipulation thing, but if you understand it, it helps kind of sway things in your favor a little bit. So it seems pretty likely that's the case. Keep in mind too, according to Elliott Wave, this is not 100% exact, but if we are seeing our A, we saw our A already, we could see a lower high and a lower low to follow. Okay, so it's really common for the price to do one of these to finish its ABC pattern. Again, this is more of a macro play, big picture. It's not going to happen right away, but if it doesn't invalidate it by breaking that 1760, then we could see a lower low that's going to be lower than the $12.20 range. Okay, so there's pretty big swings. Okay. Either way, we're right here at the bottom of this volume profile. We have a strong resistance from before at 1475, so if you do end up taking a trade, I'd consider tight margins there, because again, we got a lot of resistance coming up here moving forward. Let's talk about resistance and see where we're at. There we go, right there. We can see that we're kind of smack dab right below that level. So 1495, just say round number $15. We got the 20 and the 50-day SMA hanging out there on the daily. That's going to be a resistance for us, so all the more reason why we could very well see our ABC pattern pivot at that point. Okay, just some friendly advice. Be careful taking a long here with this coin. If you do take a long, tight margins, this coin does look beneficial and better than most, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to, it's just going to break straight through those with no resistance at all. Oftentimes it rejects initially and pulls back, but we could see that Elliott Wave ABC fulfill itself. MACD looking okay. It's essentially tapering off, so nothing crazy there. We can see here stochastic RSI swinging upwards, which is fantastic. We got money flow index and obviously the MACD and RSI. They're all actually right in this little center spot. I don't love it, but it's on the daily time frame, and we gotta wait a little bit to confirm that. The long story short here is we have more negative than positive on the daily, and that's not a great sign. But again, as you continue to change the charts on the 4-hour time frame, it can shift things in the momentum. In other words, smaller time frames lead to larger time frames. So let's look in the 4 hours, see if there's any shift in momentum here. We can see MACD is converging. That's very nice. We'd like to see that. 4-hour time frame, we're above 50 on the RSI. Not a lot of coins are at that level. We can see the stochastic RSI swinging up, and of course, money flow index kind of hanging out there. So this is a decent place to be here for Chainlink. Honestly, it's not a bad situation. The 4-hour time frame looks pretty decent, except that we're under the 200 and the 20-day SMA. So those are things we want to kind of close above first. So in a perfect world, we come up here, we retest this level at 1460, and that's where we get in and the price goes up. Nothing's ever perfect though, okay? The reason why I say that level is important though is just because that's the most recent resistance, and it's just one of those situations where we got to get through that level, okay? So to me, being above, I would just say round number $15 is extremely important, because that would confirm that we've broken above a lot of key level moving averages. specifically the, what is it, the 20 and the 50 on the daily, and of course the 200 and the 20 on the 4-hour. Those are all extremely important. So again, while there's some nice little momentum plays here going on, and the price action should continue higher, this is a nice little pattern we have here as well. There's a good chance we're going to see the price break out, but to me, a little premature. Keep in mind, Bitcoin literally just pumped to 46,600, so things are kind of going a little crazy right now. So you got to recognize that the gears essentially shifted for that coin, Bitcoin being the big mover here, and now these other altcoins are going to follow. So keep in mind, stronger probability of price going up, even though we're seeing some bearish signs in the macro. Okay. Chainlink here, hourly time frame. What do we see? Well, we see some good confirming factors here. We're above the cloud, conversion lines above the baseline, and lag and spans free and clear. So this is 3 out of 3 reasons to consider a long and not to consider a short. Okay, so Chainlink is looking very strong here. I do like what I see, and I do think that you're going to have more luck moving trading to the upside than you are the downside. Just keep in mind, Bitcoin pulls back really hard. There's a great chance we could see things continue to pull back for Chainlink. Just keep in mind, again, that $15 range, I'd feel more secure taking a trade above 15, but honestly, there's a lot of profit between here and there anyways. That's almost a 5% gap. Okay, so getting up to that level may be worthwhile taking a trade to get to that range. Just keep in mind, resistance at about 14.75 to 15. So if you consider taking profits and you're going to take a trade right now, I would consider profits in the 14.50 to 14.60 range. That's generally what I'm thinking of. But again, everything's looking pretty positive here, minus the macro. And again, you don't take trades on the macro. You just got to understand that we're still not confirmed bullish on the larger time frames. So that's really not a bad thing. Hourly is telling us we got green lights here for the most part. We're not overextended. We're above all moving averages. And it's looking like it wants to break. Okay, we got this upper liquidity level. So I think there's going to be a good little sweep here at about, good little 4 or 5% push. And again, the reason why I think that is because if you look here, strong concentration 1470 to 15, there's a great chance those liquidation levels will be swept. Okay, especially with Bitcoin pumping. So just be ready. I hope this was beneficial. I hope you learned something here today. One last thing too, of course, to my community members here, whoever hasn't registered yet, use the link down below to register for Bitunix. There's a phenomenal trading competition coming up. It starts on the 15th. You have to use my link to register, but you get nice benefit rewards for that and additional rewards for this competition. So all the stuff is kind of in here. You can kind of see where that's at. There's a lot of participants so far. Make sure you check that out in your own time, of course, but phenomenal exchange, no KYC, no VPN, highly recommend them. Again, you got a question on our signals, so be sure to check that out. You can see we're taking more profit here as well, which just took profit 14% from Litecoin. That is a Litecoin long. Okay, so again, good stuff there, folks. Thanks again for the feedback. Make sure you read through the signals guide if you haven't already. It's really important you recognize how to maximize your benefit as a trader. Okay, thanks again, folks. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day.